if you are sort of new to American politics, don't pay attention to this sort of stuff very often, or perhaps you're an international viewer who doesn't get the way the system is set up, we did find a quick explainer video for how American tax policy is set up for the rich. Here is a little way to visualize that. Yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, if you're rich, you can do whatever you want, honestly. But anyway, let's give you some more of the big numbers here. So, Donald Trump not only has this big audit battle that he's dealing with, that hypothetically like $100+ million is on the line. You also have, within the next 4 years, more than $300 million in loans. Obligations for which he is personally responsible will come due. Now, some of that is public information. That is so much money, though, that this guy, who apparently has been losing millions and millions of dollars every year since at least 2012, according to his documents, is suddenly going to lose $1/3 billion. And to who? What would he potentially do to put that off or to absolve himself of those debts? This is why you cannot have, we couldn't afford a peanut farmer to have those sorts of conflict of interest, but this is a guy saddled with hundreds of millions of dollars, a Will Smith in debt, and potentially to American corporations, potentially to foreign corporations or foreign governments. And we're just supposed to accept that this is okay.
Yeah, I mean, I can't help but think of Michael Cohen, and coming out with that book recently, and the ways that he said openly, look, the Russia stuff, yeah, everyone wants to focus on like maybe how Russia helped Trump get elected. That's not really the story. The story is the money. Always follow the money, and remember that Trump didn't want to get elected. And Michael Cohen says this in his book. He's given a lot of interviews to this, that Trump never wanted to get elected. Truly, this run at the presidency was to revitalize the brand because he was once again in debt because he, wasted all his money. This is a guy who bankrupts casinos. Is that possible? How do you do that? Anyway, so Russia was his meal ticket out. Being able to build Trump Moscow, which never got built, right? But the idea of it, getting in with Russian oligarchs, that was his out. That was his thing. And the plan wasn't really to win the presidency, but now that we have, can never leave. Can never leave.
Because it would simply open himself up to too much legal liability, unless potentially it's Biden who gets elected because he seems to come from the school of Democrats that's looking forward, not looking back, and allowing huge criminal acts to go unprosecuted. That's potentially the case. But in Donald Trump's case, that's not necessarily going to save him. It's one thing for us to just, let all of your war crimes be on the House. It's another thing when there are state level tax fraud implications that hypothetically could be investigated. For more political news, breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.